I recently saw somebody ask online how to fit modern seats into an old-fashioned Beetle. So I thought I'd do a quick video today showing a couple of solutions we've come up with for Beefcake over the years, which is a twin sliding model, and also I can give you a couple of solutions for the 1303 3-point seat runners as well. Now I'm not saying this is the way to do it, I'm really not. I mean, there's plenty of room for improvement, and this one was done 27 years ago when I was a spotty teenager, but this should all give you ideas on what you can do to create your own and hopefully improve on the design. My father's awesome and has a very particular set of skills, and back in the 90s when we were looking to fit Porsche tombstones into beef, we came up with this option. Now this is using the original seat runners, and we basically chop them off, and we actually chop them off, you can see, at an angle so that it raked forward very slightly, because I didn't like a seat base that tilted back at the time. And then we welded flat plates on top, nice and simple, and they were linked together by a piece of bar. Now this has gone a bit bent and twisted over the years because it's been in storage, but it used to be straight. If I was to do it again today, I would beef it up and make it a lot sturdier, I think. However, this was in the car for 3 years and it worked really well actually. I actually had a crash in the car which wrote it off and twisted the seat, but this didn't fail. So the solution did kind of work. On top of here would be the Porsche seat bolted on with its original runners, with its Porsche runners. So you've got the 4 holes, and then that would allow me to slide this into the car as you would a normal Beetle seat, and then these Porsche runners would allow me to push the seat all the way back to the rear seats. So because I'm just shy of 6'3", gave me loads of leg room as well. So it was a really good option at the time, and it works quite nicely. Oh, hello. Hi, Dad. No, don't worry. No one's criticising you. No one's criticising you. No one's criticising your design. What do you mean you've got the rear dress? As years have rolled on, and my choice of seat has now changed, so I've got the full harnesses and everything in here now. I've actually gone for a more permanent solution with the seats. So welded to the car itself is a frame, and then the seat then sits on that frame. And to get the seats off, I have to take 4 bolts out now. It doesn't take long. It takes about 5 minutes. So I'll unbolt it now just to show you what I've got in there. I never want to take the seats out. However, when I do, I always find something cool. This has been missing for months. Hey! So underneath my chairs are the original runners. I never removed them from the floor pan, and I've actually built my frame on the top of them. So we've got 2 lengths of 2-inch box section, and so they're welded down to the top of the original sliders. And then on top of that is a couple of lengths of 1 by 1/2 inch box section, which the seat bolts onto, and the runners on the new seats bolt directly down to. I kept these inboard of the bolt holes, so I've got nice easy access to the 4 nuts to get the seat on and off. Otherwise it'd be a bit of a nightmare, but as it is here it works really well. I've welded it as far back on the runners as possible so the chair goes as far back as it can do. And also to get the height, basically I put chunks of wood in there, put the seat on top of it, fell off it a few times until I got the right height for the given seats and for me, who's quite tall, and so this has worked out just right. On the bottom of the seat I've used the universal sliders that came with it, quite low profile ones, and all I've done is basically I've tack welded on 4 bolts into the positions where you normally bolt through, to stop them from moving. So when they're fixed in place, you can basically drop the chair straight into the subframe in the car, and it's dead easy to do. And also when you put the nut on, it's not moving around, so it makes it a nice easy job. If you've got a late 1303 or Super Beetle with the 3-point runners, then things are actually a bit easier to do if you're happy to chop up an original seat. So when you chop the base part off the original seat, you get a more complete unit. It's kind of the bit you can see here, and say it's easy to chop it off, and it's easy to then build something on top of that. So what they've done here, I mean, I take no responsibility for this chair because it's not mine and it's a real mess. However, they've basically just taken the standard runner and you've welded on the seat, or the slider from the other seat on top of that, which I guess is pretty straightforward and easy to do. However, there is a better option. So if you get your phone and you do a search for Mark 1 golf seats. So in my old 1303 I actually had Mark 1 golf seats, and they fit straight in. The subframe's identical more or less. £3,750. Wow. That's crazy crackers. Maybe not. 89 quid? I'm not sure they're Mark 1 Golf. Who knows? Ooh, £410. That's a lot of money. 800 quid? Ouch! They're actually the same seats I used to have in my Beetle. 350 starting up to 550. They look quite nice seats though. Bit beige, isn't it? Subframe, 117 quid. That could be an option, I guess. Allows you to put whatever seats you want in there if it goes in a bug. It says it's Mark 1 Golf, so I'm guessing it should fit. So in conclusion, I don't think it's quite so easy. It's certainly not as cost effective fitting more modern seats into a Beetle as it used to be. Certainly with regards to twin sliding seats like in Beef, I think my preferred choice now would be to build a subframe like I have done. It gives you the option for fitting aftermarket off-the-shelf seats like the Mambas or Cobras and stuff into your Beetle relatively easily. And also, if you were to choose something from a more modern car, and you've got to be careful because sometimes the runners are offset and all sorts in modern car seats, but it allows you to build that into the design, so it makes it quite straightforward again, fitting whatever you want. So I think that's the way I would now go. I wouldn't look at chopping up an old original seat to create something. With the 3-point runners, kind of the same story, apart from the fact that the genuine VW Beetle seats are now getting expensive and rare. I think it's probably a better option just to buy the custom Golf subframe we found on eBay. I know it's a little bit on the pricey side, but it means you've got no fabrication skills needed. You can literally put your subframe in, drill it for your new seat, whichever your seat may be. That's it, your job done. So I know it's like I say, it's a bit more on the pricey side, but that would be the easiest by far option, assuming there's no fitment issues with those subframes. So anyway, I hope seeing what I've done over the years has helped, give you an idea as to what you want to do for yours. Good luck, take care.